Hello Internet, and welcome to my first ever Snow White with the Red Hair live reaction for chapter 114. We are officially back from hiatus, so let's try to recap where we're at. Shirayuki, Obi, and Ryu on their quest to make the Lysterias, I think the planet was called, a proper established part of the Northern Lands. Went to the house of the Lugilia family, I think they were named, headed by Eisetsu. One of Eisetsu's chief attendants faked an illness during this ball they were at, which made Shirayuki real mad because he was abusing the trust of the pharmacists. But eventually they kind of got on a more even playing field. Shirayuki and the gang revealed they were aware of the deception, I think. Zen was there for a moment, and now Eisetsu has some request to make of Obi, is where we left off, whenever the hiatus started. So let's jump right on into chapter 114. Our picture here is of Zen, back from hiatus. A new incident begins in the Northern Lands. And he's facing to the left, his hand on his sword hilt. The romance that cuts through fate, chapter 114. So we open with this shot of a woman, with music notes. It seems to be a flashback as she stares towards the viewer and then turns away and leaves. And then we go to the Lugiria residence, where we left off last time, with Eisetsu asking, There's something I would like to request of you, Obi Dono. If you're looking for me so late at night, this is Obi, are you going to invite me to your garden after this? If you're fine with the cold, I'll be happy to. Thus, Shirayuki Dono, it wouldn't be good if you exhausted yourself, so you should return to bed. And Shirayuki looks back towards Obi. Obi looks at her. And Shirayuki just says, I shall decline. And Eisetsu smiles, please die kind of look. If it's a topic that would draw those in the know into danger, I would relent. But if that's not the case, this is Obi, my bad. I'd be telling Mistress about it anyway. And why's that? I wouldn't want to share a secret with someone I barely know, would I? And Eisetsu looks away, annoyed by Obi's, Obi-ness. Well, I get what you mean. Fine, I get it. I'm the one who got Shirayuki Dono involved in this. I guess it's only fair that she gets to hear about it. And then the door creaks, I think, somehow. Someone pushes to open the door, or Shirayuki tries to close it, I think. But Eisetsu stops something. Hang on. And in walks, I think that's Shu, the attendant. Good evening, carrying a tray of tea. We apologize for visiting this late. I understand that this is thoughtless of us. I brought us some tea. And Shirayuki just looks at him, shocked. Good evening. And Obi just looks back at him. Have you been there the whole time? And then some time passes. And I guess they're the tea's been served, they're starting their conversation. It's probably unnecessary for me to ask this, but I'm sure you know who Touka Bergatt is. Okay. So we know we talked about last time that the Lugirias want to kind of usurp the place the Bergatts were in before that whole rebellion thing happened. But I don't know, but now that the Bergatts have mostly fallen from grace, I don't exactly know what Eisetsu wants with them. Shirayuki looks shocked and kind of confused. Obi pauses for a moment, then responds, Yes, well, a certain person sent us a warning, telling us that Touka Bergatt might have a subordinate, hiding in Lugiria's territory. Oh, wait, hold on. Touka was the older brother, right? For a second I thought it was one of the twins, but that was Tsuruba and Tariga, I think. I think that was their names. Touka was the older brother who was the bad guy of that arc, right? I think so. I don't know. The Bergatt arc was one of my least favorite arcs in the series, so not big on that one. Anyway, Touka Bergatt might have a subordinate hiding in Lugiria's territory. And Shirayuki is shocked, and Obi just squints his eyes. After the Sarag incident, all those around him were dealt with in succession, but it appears this person slipped outside the scope of the investigation. And Obi asks, how did that happen? Who knows? Either they were good at hiding themselves, or they weren't tied to any suspicion or evidence. Translator notes, I'm using they to keep it gender neutral. Maybe it's just kind of I don't know if the text uses a gender neutral pronoun in the Japanese version. Or it might be saying a feminine pronoun and referring to this mystery lady from page 2, possibly. Maybe? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Anyway, or they weren't tied to any suspicion or evidence. In any case, if this person really does exist, I have no choice but to investigate them, but that's where it gets troublesome. And Obi asks, because Tsuruba Bergatt was the one who gave you that information? And Eisetsu looks up, shocked. Yeah, you figured it out, huh? And now you're finding yourself in a terrible position where you are doubting the people in your own territory because of a piece of information that the Bergatts, who have long been seen as the bane of the North, gave you. So yeah, that's kind of the crux of the matter here, is that he doesn't want to doubt his own citizens because of information that a Bergatt gave him. And Eisetsu looks down. I feel terrible, I really do. I don't know if I might antagonize them, or what I should do. While I was troubled over whether I could even trust Tsuruba Dono's words in the first place, you guys appeared. I would like Obi Dono to act as our intermediary. Could you help me communicate with the Bergatts? And Obi looks away. He really does not want to deal with this shit. And Eisetsu bows. Please, I'll reward you. And Obi looks at him. I'm not particularly close to Tsuruba Dono, you know. You'll make it seem like I'm taking it up just for the reward, so could you stop that? And Eisetsu looks up at him. One moment. Sorry to new people, I drink water a lot on the channel. If this is your first time joining us for this series, you'll get used to it eventually, I assume. Anyway, Eisetsu looks up and smiles. You are His Highness's knight, and Tsuruba Dono has sworn an oath as His Highness's vassal. That's more than enough. And Obi gets kind of caught now. I see what you mean. I understand what you need me for, but why didn't you mention this from the start? And Shu kind of looks away when Eisetsu responds, I was intending to, but coincidentally we were hosting that banquet. It was my plan to have all of you stay here as my guests. I wanted those who were present to come up with their own interpretation. I don't know what he's getting at there? And making it look like I had feelings for Shirayuki Dono would be the most effective way about it. Wait, so what was his goal then? He wanted, so his plan, I'm confused why he would go to this measure? If he just hires out Obi, I don't know if there needs to be, I don't know why him hiring out Obi would draw attention from the other guests. Maybe? I don't know. I don't understand why he would have to go that whole deal about faking being into Shirayuki. Excuse me. I don't know. I don't get it. Anyway, it's fine even if it looks like I'm trying to gain His Highness Zen's favor. I just wanted to drive the Bergat's attention away to something else. And Obi pauses. It looks like it all went as you planned. I suppose it did. But I had no idea that the two of you shared that sort of relationship. I truly apologize for that. And they don't even respond to that. They see the bait and they ignore the bait. Shirayuki on a completely different tack. And Shu-san was acting along with you, wasn't he? Yes, but I was honest when I said you looked lovely while dancing. And in the garden, I mean. I had so much fun that I even stopped acting at the end of it. And Eisetsu, stays off Obi. I'm not trying to hit on her right now. And Shirayuki pauses for a moment before responding, I was happy when I received your flower. Really? That's great then, that's great. All's well that ends well. No, it's not great. Not in the least. I had no other choice. I truly am sorry. And Shirayuki looks at him, sees the truth of his statement. I see. Since it's something you could do nothing about, Eisetsu-sama, I won't be concerned about it. I still don't get why he had to do it. The whole, fake romance thing. I don't quite get it. Maybe if I really, went back and really examined those early chapters of the arc, I'd get it, but I kinda don't. Anyway, that's what happens when you go on a break for 6 months. What can I say? Eisetsu and Shu both kind of pause. And Obi picks up the conversation. I won't be concerned about it either. I accept your request. Huh? And Shu finally speaks. Everyone turns to look at him, but he turns away like he didn't say anything. It'll be bad if it turns out that an opposition force against His Highness is in hiding. I would want to listen to what Tsuruba Dono has to say, regardless if I'm an intermediary or not. He puts down he takes a sip out of his teacup and puts it down. Eisetsu pauses. I can see that you really do hate me, but I'm grateful. I'll entrust this to you. I don't see the sign of Obi hating him. I don't. I don't know. Maybe it's part of the way Obi frames the whole I'm doing this because of an opposition force against His Highness might be in hiding bit. Makes it clear that that's hatred. I don't know. Noble speak has always been weird in real life and here. Everything has to be couched under layers of niceties. Anyway, but I'm grateful. I'll entrust this to you. And as Eisetsu is leaving, he turns back. It'll be bad if I surprise the people in the house, so please let me use the hallway that links to your rooms. I won't be coming again, so you don't have to worry. Well then, have a good night. I'm not entirely sure what that's... I don't really remember the layout of the guest rooms, I guess, to know what he's talking about. But anyway, Shu and Eisetsu, are walking away, and Shu says, I wanted to tell Shirayuki Dono that Ryu Dono's medicine was really effective, but that wasn't the mood for it. Is this alright? To be hated by them like this? And Eisetsu pauses for a moment before responding, well, their actions were pretty much what I expected. Their feelings, on the other hand. I'm fine with it. It's not that I had fun using them or anything. But if I grow fond of assigning something that I deliberately left aside to someone else, that'll be pretty shameless of me, no? Wait, what's he getting at there? If I grow fond of assigning something that I deliberately left aside to someone else, that'll be pretty shameless of me. What's he talking about there? What did he leave aside? What is he assigning? Or, I get it. He's assigning the Bergatt mission. Okay, he left that aside for some reason, and he's assigning that to Obi because he doesn't really want it. So if he's happy about that, I get what the sentence is going for there. Sorry, it was a bit of a brain fart there. Anyway, Shu pauses. If you keep doing things where you have no other choice, that'll just become the norm for you. And Eisetsu pauses. Right. Then we go back to Shirayuki's room. And Shirayuki looks at Obi. Have you really come to hate him? Well, I do whether we can become friendly with him or not. However, he sure used us. Yeah. As for our rooms, I don't mind if we don't switch it back, but... yes, I was pretty surprised, but I feel bad about it, so we can change it back. But, I mean, as long as you're fine with it. Don't worry. Well, I did indeed lie on the bed just now. All I did was lie on it, so it's alright. I got it. And then she realizes what he's going for. I'm not entirely sure what he's... I don't know. That's what you meant. That'll be pretty awkward, huh? I'll make sure to take the pillow I used. Don't worry. Okay. Now then, off to bed. And she, shoos Obi out the room. I'll be the knight for today. So make sure you get some sleep, Obi. And Obi looks back at her. Got it. Good night. And Obi, I guess Obi is staying in the official Obi room, despite the fact that Shirayuki's been in the official Obi room. I don't know. Anyway, got it. Good night. And sometime, maybe Shirayuki's gone back to her room now, but she thinks back to, thinking on, the whole Bergatt case in general, I think. The mastermind is Earl Touka Bergatt. It's said that he has been detained for organizing a raid on the Sarag Knights and attacking His Highness's party. And then she sees, I think, Obi returning from the Bergatt arc, her hug with Mitsuhide and Kiki, seeing Zen, and she's sitting on her bed, alone, thinking through everything. The reason why neither Zen nor Kiki-san knows about it is it because there's no conclusive evidence, or because it's an unresolved issue that needs to be settled between the family heads. She kind of pauses, and then she turns around. She notices the flower. Oh, that's the flower that Eisetsu gave her. And she kind of glares at it, really unhappy with it. Even if I burn my brain out thinking about this, there's still nothing I can do. I just have to make sure no problem arises. And Obi thinks, Even if I'm heading out alone, the two of them would still be used, huh? Geez. Should I ask Master to come? As for Lugiria, Mistress still needs to rely on the Lugirias, though. Oops, I gotta sleep. He, was too busy thinking he was forgetting to sleep, so he lies down, and he dozes off. Morning comes, and he wakes up. No, this is Ryu, I think. I think this is Ryu. Who is... Yeah, because Obi's in a black outfit. Ryu's in white. That's right. We're staying in Eisetsu-sama's. And he notices down, and he sees Obi, just, passed out on Ryu's bed for some reason. It's just you, Obi-san. Good morning, little Ryu. Good morning? For just a while, I need both you and Mistress to accompany the Lugirias without me. Huh? I guess he had come to Ryu's room to tell him he was leaving, but he, fell asleep waiting for Ryu to wake up, maybe? I'm not sure. Anyway, we then cut to a forest somewhere. Obi is in the woods now. It starts to rain. I guess Obi's starting his mission hunting for this supposed enemy. And at the Bergatt residence, a horse arrives at the front door. And I think that's one of the Bergatt twins? I'm guessing. I'm pretty sure it's not Touka, because he should be arrested. But it should be Tsuruba or Tariga. I can't tell which one it is, because it's been a while since that arc. But Obi's arrived at the front door. Hey there. I see that you were able to move around now, though it did happen quite a while back. Yes, I'm alright now. The Bergatt bows. Thank you very much for your help during that incident. And Obi kind of looks at him. I didn't help with anything. Well, I did perform some first aid, but by the time I left, you were already riddled with wounds, weren't you? I meant after that. What you did for Tsuruba-sama. Or is this an attendant, maybe? That would make sense for who would answer the front door. But also I don't think Tariga would refer to his brother by Sama, unless, didn't one of them end up taking over the head of the house? So I guess that one would be referred to as Sama. Maybe? I'm not sure. Anyway, Obi kind of looks at him, and then they go inside. And this one is Tsuruba. So I guess the other one was Tariga, because they do look very, very similar. Anyway, Obi walks into this room. I'll be intruding here, Tsuruba Dono. Obi Dono? What happened? Is it something from His Highness? If it was, I'd be more than happy to run over, but that's not it. You sent a letter to the Earl, didn't you? And Tsuruba looks shocked at that. So, the shock that Obi knows about that. So you were acquainted with Earl Lugiria. I've only just met him. Right away he told me he wanted to find out if he could trust Touka Bergatt's words, so he sent me here. I'm sorry I gave you such unexpected trouble. Obi Dono, and I guess this is who I think is Tariga walking in with tea. Obi Dono, sorry to keep you waiting. Oh, thanks. And Obi it's water, right? My bad. Obi drinks the water. Tsuruba looks at him. It'd probably be wiser if you don't readily consume whatever is handed to you in the Bergatt residence. But Obi doesn't mind if he just finishes off the water. In that case, make sure you don't bring anything out when Master comes here. But I'm getting a little hungry right now. And Tsuruba smiles. Then I will come with you. I haven't had my meal yet either. And he slams his book closed as the chapter ends. Okay, so let's start to break this chapter down. My growing inability to speak words clearly is certainly not helping things. The big thing is the mystery lady, who I suspect is the servant of Touka Bergatt hiding in Lugiria lands. That's my best guess, just because she kind of pops up here and then doesn't do anything, and then we've had this whole chapter about there being someone working for Touka in the Lugiria territory. So that's my best guess, is what's going on there. But we don't really know anything about her yet. I've heard some theorizing that she might be Obi's old boss or old teacher or something. I don't know. Anyway, a lot of this chapter is just kind of setting up the real crux of the arc. All of the dancing around it we've been dealing with for the past several chapters is gone. Eisetsu, comes to Obi and Shirayuki and is like, hey, here's the problem. Obi, can you help? And Obi does agree to help just because a pro-Touka force would be bad for Zen as well. So, you know, he kind of has to deal with that problem either way as a servant of His Highness. So, you know, he may as well handle it now. And then we get to see a little bit of Obi Yuki banter going on here for that whole fandom. I'm a big Zen Yuki person. I ride or die for Zen Yuki, so I don't really care for it. But if that's your ship, that's probably good for you. And then we see, so Obi's, we haven't been, sorry, let me try to restart that. We have Shirayuki having a moment of like trying to piece everything out, trying to figure out what is going on here. But I'm not sure how much that will matter, because this arc very much seems to be handled by Obi. You know, Obi's the one who's going to the Bergatt place. And Shirayuki's just kind of, like, stuck with the Lugirias. You know, as Obi tells Ryu, fuck, I lost a chapter. One moment. As Obi tells Ryu, for just a while, I'll need both you and Mistress to accompany the Lugirias without me. Like, it seems that everything with the Bergatt is going to be handled by Obi and not Shirayuki. So I'm kind of confused what exactly Shirayuki thinking about all that is going to lead to. Maybe her somehow getting involved in the action of the arc. I don't know. I said in my intro video for the series, I'm not a big fan of its action arcs, which is why I wasn't a big fan of the Bergatt arc in the first Bergatt arc. So I'm kind of skeptical going into another Bergatt arc. I don't know. But anyway, now Obi is with the Bergatts. Excuse me. And I'm not entirely sure what to make of this scene. Tsuruba and Obi are gonna get a meal. And I guess Tsuruba will give Obi more info about this person. I'm not sure. We'll have to wait and see next month about that, because that's really all the info we get for this chapter. So I'm going to leave this video off here. Hope you all enjoyed the chapter and the video itself. If you did, feel free to drop me a like or subscribe, you know. Do whatever makes you happy, you know? And remember, your life is your own, okay? Bye!